Stalebread Charlie and the Razzy Dazzy Spasm Band, written by Michael Mahin and illustrated by Don Tate. You've probably heard of jazz music, skibbity bibbity bebop and all that, and you probably heard of country, twang-a-lang a twang-a-lang. But what about spasm band music? Sing taka taka, scat-a-pat scat. What do you mean you've never heard of that? Well, considering that one of the most famous spasm bands of all time was formed by a bunch of kids, I suppose I'd better tell you about it. In 1895, the New Orleans neighborhood called Storyville was the perfect place to live, if you were an alley cat. It smelled like trash and looked like trouble. But to Stalebread Charlie and warm gravy, it was home. Get out of here, you rascals. Stale bread and gravy liked to take their food to go, but sometimes they didn't take it fast enough. The boys were hungry and they had no money to buy food. But coppers don't care why you steal, just that you do. Truth is, stale bread and gravy hated stealing almost as much as they hated being hungry. But what else could a couple of homeless kids do? Stale bread found an old crate and sat down to think. Across the street, Trombone Bobby bopped a bright beat on his brass horn. One corner over, Guitar Jim wove his bluesy music high into the sky. And somewhere in the middle, Pearly Joe rolled out a rag on a righteous piano. They say music feeds the soul. Stalebread was starting to wonder if music could feed his belly, too. Gravy! We'll start a band. We'll never be hungry again. Of all Stalebread's dumb ideas, Gravy thought this one was the best. That is, the dumbest. Start a band, asked Gravy. We don't even have instruments. Unless you plan on playing that stovepipe. Stalebread picked up the pipe and gave it a quick shine. Why, this ain't no stovepipe, Gravy. It's a megaphone. It is? Now I can sing. Now I can sing. Can you hear me when I sing? I can, said Gravy. I can, but what am I going to play? Gravy joined the alley cats rummaging through the trash, but all he found was a tin can. Stalebread always got the good stuff. He kicked the can hard. It bonked a beat across the street and stopped at Stalebread's feet. Stalebread picked it up and filled it with pebbles. Tell me, Gravy, can you play a can? Gravy shook it and said, I think I can, I think I can. So Stalebread started singing and Gravy started shaking, and they both started razzling, dazzling, and especially spazzling. But no one liked their music, not even the alley cats. Who ever heard of a stovepipe player and a tin can man calling themselves a band? You know what you need? A kazoo player like me. So Cajun jumped in with his comb-made kazoo. Zippy zoo, zippy zoo. No, you're out of key. Wait a second. Listen to me. What you need is a penny whistler who can stay in tune. Here, let me show you. So Monk joined in with the sweet soo-soo, sweet soo-soo. Then came a cigar box fiddler and a washboard whiz, and a kid who played spoons like it was nobody's biz. They were starting to sound like a band. Scat-a-pat-scat, sing-taka-taka, sing-taka-taka, rat-tat-tat, ka-jung, ka-jung, zip-zee-zoo, skippity-bippity-skip, sweet Sue-Sue. Now I sing, can you hear me when I sing? Yes, we can, they all said, yes, we can. It wasn't long till they earned their first tips. Most of them went like this. Get rid of that razzle, dump that dazzle, and please stop that spazzle. Nobody had ever heard music like this, and apparently nobody wanted to. Good for nothing kids, cried the copper. I catch you again, it's off to the big house. The boys scampered to safety. So much for the band, and so much for never being hungry again. They were back to where they started, except now there were 7 of them to feed instead of 2. Things had gone from bad to worse. We're hungry, Stalebread, said Warm Gravy. What are we going to do? I don't know what we're going to do, but I can tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to go to bed hungry. Stalebread led the boys down to Mac's restaurant and saloon. He didn't like stealing, but they were hungry. What were a bunch of homeless kids supposed to do? The shop master didn't even notice them until Stalebread reached towards the beignets and started snapping his fingers. Before the shop master could say a word, the band followed Stalebread's lead and jumped in. Sing-taka-taka, scat-a-pat-scat. Sing-taka-taka, rat-tat-tat. Now I sing, can you hear me when I sing? But the crowd said nothing. Stalebread swallowed hard. Maybe everyone is right, he thought. Maybe this band is a dumb idea. Maybe we are just a bunch of silly kids. Stalebread wanted to run and hide, but he didn't. Instead, he said, louder. Sing-taka-taka, scat-a-pat-scat. Sing-taka-taka, rat-tat-tat. Ka-jung, ka-jung, zip-zee-zoo. Sweet Sue-Sue, skippity-bippity-skip. Now I sing, can you hear me when I sing? Again the crowd was silent, but not for long. Yes, we can, the crowd cheered. Yes, we can. Play it again, play it again. One song turned into 100 as Stalebread and the boys played the night away. The crowd loved the razzlin', the dazzlin', and especially the spazzlin'. Most of all, they loved the music. It bumped and bopped and jumped and stopped, then started all over again. Even the alley cats bounced their bums. That night the boys filled their hats with coins and their bellies with beignets, but mostly they filled their souls with music. Their music. It wasn't long till everyone had heard about Stalebread Charlie, Warm Gravy, and the kids that were calling themselves the Razzy Dazzy Spasm Band. Even the most celebrated actress in the world came to hear them once. Their name was famous, which is why it got stolen. Don't worry, the boys and I stole it back. The end. That was the Stalebread Charlie and the Razzy Dazzy Spasm Band, written by Michael Mahin and illustrated by Don Tate. That's it. Bye.